Hi guys, welcome back. This is Rakesh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will see how we can pass data from child component to parent component by using output decorator. So let's start with the basic definition of what is output decorator. Now here you can see the basic definition. Output decorator in a child component directive allows data to flow from the child to parent, right? Now here you can see the basic concept of output decorator. We can pass data from child component to, this is a child component and this is a parent component, right? So we can pass data from child component to parent component by using output decorator, right? So how we can perform with the output decorator? So let's start with the basic requirement of output decorator. So first of all, we need to import output decorator and event emitter. Event emitter also used for a pass data from child to parent class, parent component, right? So let us start with the basic example of. So we have two components. First is child and second is app dot component dot ts, right? So let's start with the app dot component dot ts. So first of all, we will create one function. Let's say uh, parent parent function and write any function name. Inside this function, I will console of value of child component. So we will pass some parameters. Let's say suppose that value. Inside this value, I will console. After that, this function I will use inside child component custom tag, right? So let's move on app dot component dot html, right? So now here this is a custom tag of this component. Child component means child dot component dot ts. So inside this I will use click event, right? Inside this click event I will write some click event name. Let's say parent parent data, right? Parent data. And inside this click event I will pass this function name, parent function, right? Paste this function name, and here I will pass some event. Let's say I will use dollar sign, and here I will write simply, I will write event, right? After that I will say let's move on child component, right? So this function I will call from this component, right? So let's move on child.component.ts, and here first of all we need to import output decorator, right? Because we are passing data from child component to parent component, so we have to import inside child.component.ts, right? So and use, I will import event emitter, right? So after that I will use output decorator inside class, and this is just like a method. And after that I will use this uh, click event parent data. I will use this properties inside output decorator, right? And after that we need to create one object for event emitter, right? So let's create. First of all I will write here event emitter, and we have to pass some data types. So let's say I'm just using any data types, right? Because we will pass any data types. So, and after that we will create instance object of this event emitter. So here I will write here event emitter, right? Simple. And let's move on ng on it. This is just like a hook life cycle. So I will call this object inside this ng on it. Let's write here this dot parent data, dot, I will use emit function, right? Inside this emit function, I will pass data. I will pass data. Let's say I will just use, let's say, username, right? Username just Rakesh Sharma, and you can write, let's say, password. Password will also is in string. You can pass any data types because we have already used any data types. So after that, I will save this file. Now let's move on console. So here you can see the data is displaying in object. Now here you can see the data is displaying on console. So this data is coming from app.component.ts, means parent class, right? So now here you can see. So this is a very simple way how we can pass data from child to parent class, right? And you can display data on user interface. So how we can e- display data from, let's move on app.component.ts, right? So inside this file, I will just use, let's say, username also I want to write here empty, and this username I will call inside this function, let's say this dot username, and this username I will pass data with the help of uh, value, let's say, value dot username, right? And I will use this username properties inside in string interpolation on app.component.html, right? So let's say here I will use h1 heading tag inside this and write here my username name is, here I will use username, right? I will save this file. Now let's move on console. Here you can see the data is displaying. So this is a very simple way how we can pass data from child to parent class. You can use any method, you can use any, let's say I want to give one example. So let's move on child.component.html, right? You can change this data by using click event. Let's say I'm just using a button tag. Inside this button I will just using click event. I will create one method, let's say change data, right? Change data, and this function I will use inside child.component.ts, right? So after that, inside this function I will use inside this function, let's say, mm, let's just write here change data, this dot parent data dot emit dot, I want to create another object name, let's say, mm, create here object name, let's say username is Rakesh 12345, and password is also password 12345, right? So I will save this file. Now again I will save this file. Here I will write here button name change data, right? And again I will save this file. Now here you can see whenever we will click on this button, Now here you can see the data will be changed, right? Yes, data is changed. Now here you can see data is changed. First data is Rakesh Sharma, username is Rakesh Sharma, and second is Rakesh 1234. So this is a very simple way how we can use output decorator. In next video we will see what is pipe in Angular, right? So thank you so much. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. If you have any questions, so please support on my comment box. Thank you so much.